Hi everyone, my name is Eira. Lo mungkin pernah lihat gue di Descent into Awareness video. I play Kara there. Hari ini gue terinspirasi sama Mas Indra sama Rena. I would like to try playing a solo adventure. I've never played it before. Jadi gue nemu satu modul di DM Guild namanya The Savior of Sharn. Um, this is set in the realm of Eberron, not Forgotten Realm. Um, jadi Eberron ini dia tuh lebih kayak steampunk-ish, I would say. Dan dia punya beberapa kayak teknologi that are kind of harnessed from magic. So they have like lightning rails and stuff. Um, yeah, and Sharn is a city in a nation called Breland in the continent of Corvair. So Sharn, just a little bit of context, is called the City of Tower because the city is kind of vertical. So jadi dia ada kayak 5 plateau, and each plateau has kind of like layers. So like there's like lower layer, middle, and upper. And this plateau has different social status. But generally, the higher you go, the more well off it is. And yeah, so that's a little bit about Sharn. And today I'll be playing a level 4 character. You can see here her sheet. Let me show you the token. I just created this very quickly from like a image generator thingy, which I suppose I can give a link from and we will, yeah. And yeah, so my PC is called Brenwyn the Lerendar, or Bran for short. She is a half elf warlock, archfey warlock. Um, Bran is from the house of Lerendar. So one thing about Eberron is that there are these dragon mark houses, which is so dragon mark is basically, the book says like it's a magical power made flesh. So it's kind of like a tattoo somewhere in your body, and it's kind of like adds to your magical powers. So, for example, House Larandar has the Mark of Storm, which kind of gives us give them like innate ability to work with weather, I suppose. So they control the sea trade and the air trade. There are airships here, and terus mereka juga kayak gue baca ada kayak guild pawang hujan gitu yang bisa kontrol cuaca buat kliennya. Ya, pawang hujan. Um, yeah, so each mark has different abilities, of course, and yeah, it gives you special skills, like adds to for example, I think in Mark of Storm, if you make a dexterity check against, yeah, um acrobatics check or any abilities check involving navigator's tool, I can roll an extra d4 and add the number to the ability check. And I get like a gas cantrip and can cast Gust of Winds once per long rest. I have resistance to lightning damage, all that kind of sorts. Yeah, so that's out of the way. Uh, there are some special things, like house rules, that is used for this adventure. So first, there's something called progress points, which is measuring time. So jadi dia tuh adventure-nya kayak semacam this choose your own adventure books. So basically, there will be options and places where I have to roll, and depending on how I roll, I will kind of go to different path of the book. Tapi selain itu juga, sometimes they will tell you to add one progress point. So if I reach 26 progress points, that means that I have unfortunately failed in my quest. So setiap at any time I can spend 2 progress points to short rest. Dan kadang-kadang kalau misalnya gue mau explore, um, I will have to spend a progress point or something. Jadi it's kind of like a choice. If you explore, that means that perhaps you will find an item or uh, a lore that a piece of lore that will help me in my quest. But on the other hand, if I spend too much time exploring, then I might fail. Aside from that, there is no death saves in this in this adventure. So if you die, you die. And they warned you that some of the encounters are not exactly balanced. So there are like any other D&D, I suppose there are um, uh, dangerous places where you might accidentally get into if you're not careful or if you're not smart, and you might die. So, um, but to balance this out, they say that every time you go up a level, you get the maximum hit points that you can have. So just the maximum in your hit dice. Yeah. So I think that's it for now. I might remember things while we go, but yeah. So let's just, I suppose, let me scroll here. Let's just start with our adventure, shall we? Bren stretches her arms, working the crick out of her back. It is late, and the librarian looks like she is tired of her presence here and anxious to get home. Just a little longer, Valoria, Bren says. The matronly woman frowns at her over the top of her monocle, then sighs, and busies herself with salvaging the new arrivals. Brent turns her attention back to her study, the history of Corvair's houses, and in particular House Canet's innovation in the field of living constructs. The invention of the Creation Forge, and subsequently the Warforged race, was an innovation that has had a ripple effect through the ages. Built to fight in the last war, the first Warforged were mere combat drones. But through the tireless efforts of Baron Merrix the Caneth and his son Aaron, the Warforged had been developed into fully sentient, self-sufficient beings. Incredible. Bran glances up. Valoria is talking to someone at the door of the library. She hears voice, speaking in hushed tones. Oh, all right then, thank you. They were talking at the door, kind of far over the other side of the vaulted chamber. Her footsteps echoes off the walls as she walks back to her desk. But she doesn't stop. She continues past her desk and seems to be approaching her. Approaching Bren, that is. Looking up Bren is intrigued to see that she carries an envelope in her hand. She arrives at Bren's table and tosses it on top of the book which Bren is reading. Hey, a Warforged was just here, she says. Well, I think it was a she. She told me to give you this. Really? Bren says. Picking up the envelope, she immediately sees that the paper grade is not the expensive kind, which leads her to make assumption about the sender. She flips it over and sees that it is sealed in wax and stamped in a strange-looking sigil. Her heart jumps for a second. It bears a passing resemblance to a symbol of a dragon-marked house, but no, this is something else. Complex interwoven symbol, possibly initials of some kind. 5 minutes, Valoria says. Then I'm shutting. Please have your things packed up. You know we like having you here, but really, I need to be getting home. Bren looks up and smiles. That's fine, I'll just read this and I'll be out of your way, I promise. She tears into the envelope. Inside is a folded letter. which she immediately pulls out and reads. It says, "Dear friend, I don't know who you are, but I have been watching you. And it seems to me that you are possibly the only person in Sharn who can help me with his problem. I've been to every dragon mark house, every society and guild I care to mention. Most will not even hear me out, and those that will laugh at my story. But on my story, the fate of the entire city of Sharn rests. A great evil threatens the safety of the citizens of Sharn. Will you hear my story? Will you step forward and rise to the challenge? This would make you a hero." I apologize for my bleeding language, my friend, but I am at my wit's end. Come and find me if you want to know more. And you are serious? Please don't dally. Time is of the essence. I await your arrival. Yours, Hamiel Maka. Address Automaton and Construct Repairs, 34 Neonis Way, Upper Dura. So, Dura is another plateau here, another district in Sharn. So, reading this, Bren sits back, pondering the words she just have read, and her heart is pounding. This is certainly out of the blue, and she has no idea what this implies. But Savior of Sharn, that has quite a certain ring of it on it. Perhaps the person who wrote this letter is a complete crackpot, but then again, perhaps this is the best opportunity to ever come her way. As she is pondering this, Floria shoots her a glare. "Sorry," she says, and quickly stands, gathering up her stuff. "Not so late next time," Floria chides as she walks towards the exit. "Sorry, Floria," she says. "I'll make sure to keep an eye on the time in the future. I have to go to entry 70. Entry 70. And I have to add 1 progress point. Cool. The night air is warm and the campus bustling as Bren exits the Morgrave University Library in Upper Memphis. Memphis is yet another plateau which hosts most of the entertainment and the university. Morgrave University is the biggest university in Breland. And on the upper level of the buildings that surrounds the cloisters, she sees lights in windows where late-night lectures are in progress, and around her, acolytes and students hurry here and there between dormitories and lecture halls. Bren leaves the university grounds and proceeds towards the Skycoach station. It certainly makes getting from upper districts down to the lower levels a good sight easier. The coaches are frequent, and it doesn't take long for one to show up. Hovering in the air alongside a boarding platform, the sleek vessel thrums with magical energy. Bren boards and walks up to the attendant. "Upper Dura, please," she says, handing over 2 crowns. Crowns is copper. I will just take notes. It's not a lot. The attendant raises an eyebrow. "What you want to go down there for?" he asks roughly. "Nothing down there but death and scum." "That's a bit harsh," she replies. He shrugs and hands her ticket. "Find a seat if you can," he says. Moving back along the sky coach, Bren can see that he wasn't joking. Even at this late hour, the ship is jam-packed with people of all races and appearance, nobles and commoners alike. She eventually finds a small space next to a woman who smells of incense. The woman glances at her nervously. Bren just smiles back in return. Slowly, the ship makes its way from destination to destination, disgorging its inhabitants until it is just her and two others, a woman and her daughter, who look like they might be some servants for some rich family. Vessel suddenly pitches sharply downwards and begins a steep downward spiral, descending rapidly towards the lower levels. Pilot casts a glance back to check everyone is alright. Seems to be in a bit of a rush. Bren watches as the lights and buildings of the Mantis Plateau come rushing up to meet her. This level of Sharn is so massive that it seems to stretch the edge of vision. "Oh, look at the lights, Mommy," the girl says, leaning over the edge. "Hmm?" "Yes, dear." "Oh, get back from the edge," her mother cries, pulling the girl back down onto her seat. Eventually, Bren steps off the sky coach onto a crowded platform where passengers wait for the fast-moving ships to take them home. Warforged are elbow to elbow with drow, dwarves, halflings, and merchants loudly advertising their wares. Bren asks around to see if anyone knows the whereabouts of Neonis Way, but turn up nothing. One kindly old man makes a useful suggestion. He says, "Try the information booth. I'm pretty sure they have maps of Sharn. They'll be able to find it for you." Sounds like a good idea, so Bran gets in line and waits for her turn. The queue moves very slow, and she can feel fatigue creeping into her bones. It is late, and she thinks to herself that perhaps she should have left her visit to Camille Maker, whoever he is, until tomorrow. But she's here now, so might as well go and see what all the fuss is about, she supposes. Eventually, she is free from the front when she feels a tug on your belt. Quickly, she whips around and tries to catch the thief. They are quick, and I have to roll a dexterity check of DC 14. Oh, I roll a natural 13. Um, with my plus 3 dexterity, that means that I have 16, which is successful, so 236. "Gotcha," Ren says, grabbing hold of the kid's arm. She looks down and sees that the young girl couldn't be more than 12 years old. But she doesn't look frightened, only resigned to the fact that Brent has caught her. "Right, I'm handing you over to the guard," she says, motioning to the lone guard that mans the door out to the platform. The girl smiles. "Regis? Alright then." She doesn't seem too perturbed about this, and Bran immediately surmised that the old guard will probably just let her off with a warning. Then it occurs to her, "Hey, do you know where Neonis Way is?" The kid shrugs. "Yeah, sure, I know every street in Sharn." Bran grins. "Take me there, and I won't hand you in. There might even be a crown in it for you." Girl beams broadly and straightens up, then gives her a mock salute. "So, right this way, ma'am," she exclaims, and then and leads the way towards the station exit. Struggling to keep up, Bran runs after her. Go to 76. Another progress point. Ooh. Exiting the station, Bran's senses are immediately assailed by the sights and sounds of Redstone, the merchant district of Upper Dura. This way, the girl cries merrily, leading the way rapidly forward. Above the street, ever bright lanterns hang suspended on crisscrossing lines, emitting an eldritch red glow which casts a blood-colored light over everything. Buildings tower 5, 6 stories high on both sides of the narrow street, and in windows, Ren can see a multitude of transactions and exchanges taking place. Even at this late hour, from high above, she hears a faint rumbling and looks up to a sky coach flying through the air, delivering people various paths off Memphis Plateau. She shakes her head, marveling at the ingenuity of House Oriole at installing this advanced urban transport system. The young girl, whose name is Nita, agilely weaves through the foot traffic, and Ren has a hard time keeping up with her. She has lived her entire life on the streets, Ren can tell, and Ren is glad to have her to guide her to her destination. Hopefully, it will save her some time and she will be able to get to the bottom of this mystery quickly. As promised, Nita delivers you promptly to the bottom of Neonis Way. Here we are, she says officiously, then turns with hand outstretched. 1 crown, you say, pay up. So, I can either pay her 1 crown or refuse. I'll pay her 1 crown, why not? So, Ren, fish out a coin and toss it to Nita. She deftly catches it and pockets it in her belt pouch. Thanks, she says and goes to lift. Oh, by the way, if you ever visit the Jedi Sanctuary, ask for Rodigan. If anyone can help you, it's Rodigan. All kind of things. Ren frowns at this cryptic information. Rodigan. Rodigan. That's all you're giving me? She asks. Nita gives you a broad grin and a wink. That's all, she says cheerfully. And in the blink of an eye, the roguish little girl is gone. Shaking your head, she turns to look up Neoni's way. 7. On the wall is bolted a metal sign bearing the name Neoni's Way. And she sighs, glad to have finally found her destination. She sees a sign reading Automaton and Construct Repairs. Halfway down the alley, the letter fashioned from glowing Eberron charts, and she makes up her way up to the door, noting that the light emanates from the back of the shop front. She is pushing her way through the door. She calls out, "Hello?" She makes her way past shelf upon shelf of mechanical parts of all descriptions. Dismantled drones lie about, as well as raw materials such as treated timber and bars of steel. All sorts of wires, tubes, and other components are neatly organized into little boxes on shelves that reach to the ceiling. There are slidable ladders that accompany each set of shelves, and she nods in approval at the neatness and organization of this workplace. Through here comes a high-pitched voice from the back of the shop, and she heads in that direction. A warforged torso, just a chest and a head, seems to follow her progress as she walks towards the door and leads to the space behind the shop front. In the golden lit room that leads off from the counter, she finds the halfling seated at his desk and reading a book almost as big as he is. By the dark six, you came, you actually came. Leaping up, he pushes some book off his seat and thrust it forward for you. Please, sit. Tea? Would you like something to drink? You smile. Uh, she smiles. Bren. I was sorry. I was reading and kind of translating in my head. Bren smiles graciously. You must be Camille Maker, Bren says. You have a strange way of making friends, I'll tell you that. Why didn't you just approach me personally? Halfling's face becomes suddenly serious. I'm being watched, he says gravely. I'm sure of it. Besides that, I can't leave my shop. It would look it would look too suspicious, he says himself, getting Bren a drink, taking all the while. It's good that you come. No one will listen to me. Hey, Bren says, putting up a hand. Easy there. I haven't agreed to anything yet. Just tell me what it is you found. This great evil you talked about in the note. Emil looks around her. Walking forward, he hands her her drink and sits down, opposite on a perfectly halfling-sized chair with a drink of his own. Okay. As you might have guessed, he begins, I repair Warforge. Been doing it a long time. Contracts for House Kenneth mostly. My family came to the city from the Talenta Plains with nothing, but we relied on each other and are doing pretty well for ourselves. Although not all of us earn what you would call a reputable income. Anyway, that's by the by. He takes a long sip of his drink and continues. 9 days ago, I visit my brother, Javier, in the lower districts. He runs a salvage yard. I go for him for parts all the time. When Warforged dies, its body goes to Taviel, he breaks it down. You get the picture. Anyway, when I walk in, the place is empty. No other part inside. I asked Taviel if he's been robbed. Tells me he's been bought out of everything. When I asked him who cleaned him out, he says it was this shifter. Kept his face hidden most of the time he was there. Anyway, the shifter bought everything. Every last nut, bolt, screw, tube, crystal, the works. And Taviel said he got a vibe from this character. An evil, dangerous vibe, Taviel said. What for? Ren asked, her interest immediately piqued. What did he need all the parts for? Well, that's what Taviel thought as well, so he tailed him. It wasn't easy, but he's like me, Taviel. He's a thinker. He sent a little drone after him, insect-sized, and it followed him down into the cogs. That little drone came back with a story. A horrific story. This shifter has an army of Warforged down there in the abandoned sewers beneath Black Bones. Centuries old, discarded, patched together things they are. According to Taviel, it's enough to take the city. Emil raises his hand to take a drink, and you see, Bren sees that it's shaking. I didn't believe him at first, the halfling continues. I had to know for myself, so I sent my own Warforge in there, Spanner. I've had Spanners since I was a kid. At this, you see, Bren sees that Camille's eyes started to well up. What happened? She asked gently. Emil drains the last of his drink and lets out a heavy breath. I don't know, he says. He hasn't returned. I'm afraid this villain has taken him for his army. Ren shakes her head, thinking, This doesn't make sense. When Warforged needs soul to come alive, if this shifter character is yard, going to a salvage yard in the lower districts to get his pods, that means he wants to stay hidden. But how is he animating them, this Warforged? Exactly, Camille exclaims. That's what I thought. And my battery's running low. Hang on. Camille exclaims. He says, How's Tarask? They don't make Warforged. They don't own creation forges. So, how is he imbuing them with life? I went to House Kenneth with this. They laughed me out there. Kenneth didn't want to know. No one believed that such a thing was even possible. Ren lapses into deep thought, thinking back to her study in the library. Creation forges are outlawed now, and the amount of raw materials required to build one, you don't accomplish that without being detected. There must be some other answer, some other way this shifter managed to somehow amass his army. And the thought of that, an army of Warforged under the control of a shifter who's trying to keep his identity concealed. Alarming stuff. I'll go, he says. I'll find out what's going on down there. Someone has to. Samuel gets up and comes over, takes Brent's hand in both of his. Thank you, friend. I can't say how much this means to me. So, over the next hour, Camille gets Bren prepped for the quest ahead, drawing her a map of the route to the shifter's lair and filling her in on what she might expect. Large rats are a given, maybe even mutated vermins. You just don't know what you're going to find down there. Emil then hands her a small device. She inspects it closely, and she sees that it's finely crafted, incredible, detailed mechanical moth made out of steel and embedded with crystals. If you get into trouble, friend, toss this in the air. It will carry a message to me. I have everything I could take with me that might be useful in combat? She asks. Like, I don't know, a warforge, for example? Emil grimaces. Fortunately, no. He sighs, then thinks for a moment. Wait, he says, and begins rummaging around in a drawer. Here it is. He produces a vial filled with whitish liquid. It's a crafter's bonding agent, very strong. Toss it at a warforged inert, it will seize them right up. There's enough there to stop one normal-sized warforged. Okay, she says. That's definitely useful, but normal-sized? What do you mean by that? Nothing, Camille says, waving away her concerns. He produces another vial. This is filled with a blue swirling liquid. He regards Bran gravely. If, by any chance, you see Spanner, my warforged, make him drink this. How will I recognize him? Bran asked. He has a sigil on his head, Emil replies, and reaches for a nearby piece of parchment and quill. Within moments, he has sketched it out for her. Okay, so, let me take my inventory here. I have a uh, mechanical moth, white liquid, or is it bonding agent? After bonding agent. Normal size Warsaw. And then I have blue thingy or spanner. Be careful in the cocks, Camille says. You may want to gather some intelligence perhaps before going in there. Word of mouth can save your life down there. As long as it's the right information. Also, you might want to visit the Dura Bazaar before heading down. Who knows what they're selling that could be useful. They don't have it, no one will. Camille presses a pouch containing 300 Califor. Califor is gold. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have some gold because the adventure says that you have done your first adventure and you have to roll for gold. So yeah, I have that amount of money with me. He presses the pouch containing 300 Califor and he says, for expenses. And he won't hear a word of protest. Save some money for the sky coach too, he adds. They likely want a high fee for taking you down to the cogs. They talk over a few more details and then Bran is finally ready to depart. Saying her farewell to the halfling, she departs his shop and she's soon back on the streets of Dura. Now, with a pressing mission, oh my god. Whew. It's time for action. No sleep tonight. 241. Add 1 progress point. It is now midnight, but the streets of Upper Dura are certainly not deserted. Everyone seems to be heading in the same direction, and Ren remembers Camille's recommendation about visiting the Dura Bazaar. She makes her way along the street, considering how she will get down to the Cox. The Cox is like the lowest, I think, if I remember correctly, lowest level of. It's like even below the lower district. That's bad. It's very not safe. Um, a sky coach or a Talanta glide wing down to the lower Taffet's Landing seems to be the obvious option. Taffet's Landing is kind of like, I would say, like port district. Like if you come towards Sharn, you will first pass Taffet's Landing. So Bren starts keeping an eye out for a transport station. It doesn't take long before she nears the famed Dura Bazaar. Nearby, she also spies a doorway where many people come and go, and note that those living looks very unsteady on their feet. She's heard of this. This is one of the ill-reputed Dream Lily dens that Dura is famous for. Ooh, drugs. A sign over the door reads The Jaded Sanctuary. Ahead is the bustling market, row upon row of stalls, food vendors, and all manners of tricksters, buskers, and opportunists. A little way back from the market, you also see the en- she also sees the entrance to a tavern, the Assassin's Eye. Possibly a good place to listen for chit chats and rumors. But she is aware that time is of the essence, and she will consider where her time will be best spent. Oh my god. Okay, this is hard for me. This Era, the player, is the completionist. I want to do everything. Oh no. Okay, so my option is visit the Dura Bazaar, inspect Dream Lily Den. Drugs, exciting, no. Um, visit the tavern, leave Bazaar District. Okay, first let's go to Dura Bazaar first. Okay, that's um that's kind of our first objective. 55. Add one progress point. I have four. Now four. A myriad of aromas and sounds crowd your senses as crowd Bren senses as she shuffles through the bustling aisles of Dura Bazaars. A hectic market covering about a square mile. At the top of a slight rise, she looks down over the canvas roofs of various stalls and the tops of heads. It's not completely packed in there, but the foot traffic is slow moving as buyers casually peruse the merchandise on display. She sees a few people looking of various skewered meat and golkular, popular fragrant vegetable. This awakens her hunger, although it takes her a while before she finds the stall where they are cooking it. She passed several people wearing garments made of fabric that shimmers with illusions of dancing flame, running water, or tempestuous storms. Stormar, and cannot help but stare at these moving spectacles, thinking to herself that some people are so desperate for attention. No, judgy. A troupe of wizards is putting on a coordinated display of illusions, which has gathered a large crowd. She stops for a minute and watch. The display depicts the last war in all its horrific glory. Spectral warforge clash against spectral humans and the undead enemy of Karnath. You hear someone nearby remark, "All that blood and no victor boggles the mind. Only a matter of time before it starts again," comes the reply. The crowd is strangely silent watching this, and the wizards have an air of instruction about them as if showing this might somehow prevent it from happening again. She tears herself away from this compelling display and focuses on her task. Within the Dura Bazaar. Oh man, there are many goods, but three stalls in particular stands out to her. Visiting them will take time. Who knows what she will face in the mission ahead. If you have the code word blacklist, I do not have the code word blacklist, so I cannot do that. What is that even? Uh, the stall wants wards and weapons has small selection of magic item, but the prices look steep. That's one option. The unimaginatively titled books, tomes, and maps might have some useful information. Mhm. Finally, Vescott's weapons, exotic and modern, has an interesting collection of weapons and other military products. Okay. Oh, I'm so stressed. This is stressing me out. Okay. Books. Books first. 25. Add one progress point. Oh no, I have 5 now. Fuck. This musty smelling stall, consisting of rickety wooden tables, crooning under the weight of piles of books, is run by a shabbily dressed, grumpy old man who looks like he really doesn't want to be here. Classic. Classic bookstore. He reads distractedly while watching you out of the corner of his eye. Watching Ren out of the corner of his eye, and puffing on a noxious smelling pipe. When Bran inquires about the price of a book, he adds, "And you won't find it cheaper anywhere else in Sharn. If someone undercuts my prices, I'll cut their throat." Ugh, that's harsh. To decide not to ask him any more questions. You get the she gets the impression that all this character cares about is making sales. Still, some of his titles look interesting. There's a table here. So, it seems that there are a couple of books which different cost, and each of them have effects. But in order to gain this effect, you must first spend um, progress points to read it. Man. Okay, I'll read the titles. First, there is something called a Guide to Constructs, which is it costs 125 Gallifar gold, um, and takes you 2 progress point to read. And the effect is that you may reroll a history check on lore involving constructs, but once used, you must finish a short or long rest before using it again. A Sphinx Guide to Puzzles, 200 Gallifar. 3 progress points. Oh, I might need this because I'm not very smart. You may add a proficiency bonus to intelligence and investigation checks made to solve riddles and puzzles. Additionally, you may add your proficiency bonus to an ability or a skill check made to either detect or disarm a trap. Once you use this, you must take a short or long rest before you may use it again. This has 3 progress points to read. And then there is the Bowels of Sharn, an atlas of the lower areas of the Tower City. 250 Gallifar. Reading time 1 progress point. This one gives you. I may add my proficiency bonus to survival and perception checks made to navigate any area in the depths or below. I'm also not very wise, so this might be helpful. Terus selanjutnya ada Calanster's Comprehensive Healing Art for Layperson. 300 Gallifar, 4 progress points. Effect is that once we drink healing potions or benefiting from any magical healing ability, I may roll an extra d6 to add. Can only be used twice, after which one must finish a long rest before using it again. Ugh. Dragonmark House of Eberron, 500 Gallifar. Reading time 3 progress points. Plus 2 bonus on history and perception checks related to dragon marks, their provenance and powers. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Oh. I'm going to buy the Sphinx Guide puzzle and the. Oh no. Okay, I'm definitely going to buy the map. 150 galley for 1 progress point. That sounds good, right? That sounds good. And no like long rest and short rest. And I'm going to. So I don't know whether to buy the Dragon Mark houses or the Sphinx Sky to puzzle. I think the Sphinx Sky to puzzle. So that's to 450 Gallifor. I'm going to do a persuasion check. I will say to the this guy, like I wanted to cost. Jadi mesti harganya 450. I want to yeah, I want to haggle. I want to haggle. I would ask him to see if I buy two, can it be 400? 400. I would say DC 15. That's kind of like a decent DC, right? So I'm going to roll persuasion. Come on. Ooh, 16 plus 6. 20, 22. I succeed. So like he gruffly says to just like, fine. And give me this 2 book for 450. Nope. Nope. 450 gold. No, 400. 400. I said 400. Oh no. I guess I'm just going to read it now. So, no. I'll save it now. Save it for a bit. Okay. What else do I? Shit. Do I visit other places? I don't know. I need a healing potion, right? Maybe I should. Maybe I should go to the thing, to the magic thing. There's like hang on, let me go back to the 65. Wands, swords, and weapons magical. That's going to span like another point though. There's also the weapons, but I do not need any weapon, I think. Oh man. Yeah, I don't have any healing. Be bad for me. But what will the like one healing would make a difference, right? Maybe they have another magical thing. Oh no. Yeah, okay, let's go there. Buy healing potions. Okay, 1 progress point. Shit. So, wands, swords, and weapons magical main shop Davagate is a neatly arranged stall attended by a youngish female elf who wears the robes of a sorcerer and gold-rimmed spectacles. She has her head in ledger as Bren peruses her wares, only glancing up occasionally to check on her customer. Everything all right? Any questions? She asks her, with a gentle smile. Ren replies, no, just browsing. And she goes back to her numbers. Not everything here is useful. Some of the items on display are designed to make day-to-day life easier, not to aid adventurers in their search for corrupted wolf forge. However, there are a few items that could prove useful. So they have Potion of Healing. Cost 100 Gallifar. Fucking hell. That is expensive. They have a lantern. I don't need this because I have a dark vision. Right? I do have a dark vision. I'm an elf. Yeah, I do. Yes. Bands of coils. A small jade ring cast in the form of tentacled sea beast. It requires attunement 3 progress point. Oh no no no. But basically this one kind of like um can use your reactions once per day. Basically it's Hellish Rebuke, but it shoots spray of ink. D4 acid damage. No. Bridges of Swiftness require Mark of Passage. I do not have that. Monocle of Trap Finding requires Marks of Finding. I also do not have that. This would have been very nice. Staff of Flurried Blows. No, I do not use long weapon. Morbid Doom. Weapon Longsword requires attunement. Nah. Oh, but this is so cool, guys. Morbid Doom scores a critical hit on a roll of 15 or higher. Oof. But it can be only used once per sunrise. Shit, okay, I'm just going to buy 2 Potion of Healing. 2 is 2 enough. Okay, I'll buy 2. 200 Galliffer. Oh man. 150? 150. DC 15? This is going to be difficult. I only buy 2. So. Three for 250. Okay, 15. Oh, I roll 16 again. So, yeah, I get 3 healing potion for 250. Add items. Enough healing. Add 3. Okay. You have a chance now of not dying. Okay. I think that's it. I think I'm finished with the bazaar. I don't need a weapon. So I will go back to the... Oh, I should have... This is entry 15. You make your way... so Bren makes her way from the market and back into the central area of the bazaar. Wait, what was that? Dia loncatnya kadang-kadang nggak pas. Maybe go back to 15. Oh, 193. Okay. Oh, so the Dream Lily Drug Parlor. The entrance is guarded by a Warforged doorman. I do not want to go to a drug parlor. I will visit the... Okay. I don't know how to do this. Like, can I already read the book? I think like that was like 4. Yeah, 4. I would say I read the book. I have 10. Oh, I have 10 progress point now. Let me take a note of what I get from the book. Alright. So I get a proficiency bonus to survival and perception check. I'm proficient in survival and perception on the depth. Okay, and then I am also proficient in investigation and intelligence check to solve riddles or to disarm trap. This is one per short rest. Okay, that's what I get from the book. Okay, I have 10 progress points. This is scary. I hate it so much. Um, I will go to the tavern. Assassin's Eye. Assassin's Eye. 160. Okay. Add one progress point. Come on. So, Bran keeps her head down and quickly walks towards the tavern. Glancing up, she reads the sign hanging over the door. The Assassin's Eye is the name of the place, and ascends the stone steps that lead up to the open entrance. On the balcony, drinkers watch the living flotsam of Dura go by. Entering the Assassin's Eye Tavern, she can see that it is packed with all manner of adventurers and likely souls. The harried-looking proprietor pours drinks as quickly as he can for the mob that presses forward at the bar. Baxi rubs shoulder with Kalashtar, humans, dwarves, and a dozen of other races, all vying for attention. Din is intense. At various shady tables, you see covered conversations, solicitations, and deals being made. There's a fair bit of gambling going on too. In fact, the whole area of bar is devoted to it, and the clinks of crowns and gallivars fills the smoky air. Oh no, I have three options. I can go over to the bar, which is packed. I can try my hand at the gambling table. Bad idea. Um, I can hang around and see what I can overhear. A bartender hears a lot of stuff, right? So I'll go over to the bar. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I move over. She moves over to the press of bodies at the bar and try to listen in on some conversation. But soon she realizes that her efforts are futile. It's just too much noise here. However, her attention is drawn to the drinks board where there are some very interesting beverages on offer. So I will read the this is exciting. Um Asgard's Hardy Porter, 20 crowns. A formidable brew that will put hairs on your chest and make you feel like you're invincible. Elven IPA, Pale Ale, 18 crowns. A sweet and subtle brew made by a family of elves from the district of Dancing Shadows. Said to actually enable you to see in the dark, if that ability doesn't come naturally to you. Oh, this is fun. Carnath Datmane's Ale, 25 crowns. A bitter brew that will make you repulsive to creatures who might otherwise eat you. And there's a few of those roaming in the Eberron underworld. Oh, I might need that. Sardart's Sultry Cider, 22 crowns. A sweet, seductive tonic known to... Oh, hey, I have a tavern playlist. Why don't we play a tavern playlist? Okay, playlist. Sorry. Sweet seductive tonic known to imbue otherwise charmless characters with An irresistible aura. I'm very charming. I don't need that. Thank you. Um. So Brenwyn approached the bartender and says, like, "Are those descriptions for real?" She asked the bartender. Answers with a smile. "Who's to say?" he replies. "I don't brew the stuff, I just pour it. Buy a tankard of one of these brews, choose and pay now, and go to entry 29 to discover what effect it has." Okay. Otherwise, you might return. Okay, entry 29. Yes, I will buy the Karnath. That means ale. 25 pounds. Yeah, let me figure this out. So, let's remove one gold. And then add 10 silvers. 10 silvers. 7. And 30 coins. So, we 5 crowns. Yeah. Double check here that crowns is actually copper. Wait, hang on. Yeah, let me double check because yes, I was right. Silver is silver and golden is Gullivar. Okay. Not enough. Okay. Yeah. Yay. The effect is that when I encounter my next creature that isn't undead or construct, I will have to make a constitution check. They will have to make a constitution check. DC 14. If it fails, then it can smell that I would be repulsive to eat and inflict combats in disgust. That's so fun. Okay. So I will take my brew and sip it slowly. Or chug it. I will chug it. Yes. Then returns to 260 without taking a progress point to choose another option. Okay. So I will try to overhear something. So she moves to a table and sits herself down, hoping that someone might come and serve you as she listens in on some conversation. So as to not look too conspicuous, Bren, take out a book and begin reading. Let's say that's what I was reading earlier. And she is beginning to get quite engrossed in her book when a loud disturbance attracts your attention. By the way, I took another progress point, so I have 12 now. Looking up, she sees that a warforged serving at the adjacent table has just had drinks spilled all over him. A disheveled looking human, very loud, very drunk, loudly announces, "I'm not having that soulless thing serving my ale to me. My Thranian brothers died at the hands of these metal butchers. Get away, you soulless vessel! Away!" Wow, rude, rude. The poor warforged stands there impassively. "You'll still have to pay for those drinks, sir," it says in a composed voice. "That will be 4 crowns. What will I do? Stay seated and watch what happens? Or as it compels me to intervene. Yes, I will intervene because how rude. As she stands and move over towards the loudmouth's table, he too stands and draw his fist back, ready to punch the Warforged square in his metal jaw. Well, I try to restrain him, making a gesture protecting the Warforged, although it clearly doesn't need my help. Or will I address him loudly, trying to divert his attention? I'm not very good at restraining people, so I'm just going to address this man. 50. Hey! Ren interjects loudly. It's only trying to do his job, loud mouth. The drunk rounds at her angrily. Shut your pie hole! He yells, striding up to her. As she watches, the Warforged comes up behind him, grabs the man by the scruff of his tunic, picks him up, and carries him to the front door. Wow, where he is promptly ejected, to loud roars of approval from the bar. The Warforged walks back over to Bren and says, thank you for sticking up for me, friend. I'm Trench. Can I buy you a drink? Free drinks! 54! Free drinks! Bren can sense like a real gratitude from this Warforged for her noble gesture. Sure, she replies. A little while later, she and Trench are sharing story or two over a beer. Well, over her beer, as Trench doesn't drink. Talk comes around to her quest, naturally. She will try to ask a few subtle questions without letting on too much. And she says, she started asking, and Trench says wearily, yes, the question of the soul. Well, the Treaty of Thronehold gave us our free will, but it was never established that we have souls. Who can say? One thing I can say, when a Warforged dies, no amount of repair can bring it back. Oh, so Bren takes a sip of her ale. It's an ale, but pondering this. So, there's no process by which a Warforged can be reanimated. Trench shakes his head. No, no magical process that I know of, no. Which suggests that we really do have souls. Renkan detects a tentative note of hope in his voice, which touches her, and she says nothing. Oh, sad. After all, who can even say what a soul is? The question has baffled the precious mind since the beginning of time. Who's to say that Warforged doesn't have a soul? After a while, she breaks the silence. What if someone find a way? What would it take? Trench ponders this for a long time. Perhaps if someone is to discover some secret of House Kenneth, learn something of the art of building creation forges, perhaps then he might learn how to reanimate a dead Warforged. It is said that also that Zendrick holds such knowledge. Bren and Trench talks for a while longer, and then she informs Trench that work calls, that she must leave. Unfortunately. Thanking him for the excellent company, she departs the table. I will take the code word Forge Law. Forge Law. Oh yay! New information! And then go to 260 without taking a progress point. Choose another option. By which I will take a progress point. I think I've had enough here. I'm not going to try to gamble. That's not brand. Also, yeah, gambling is scary. I will leave the tavern because I already have 12 progress points. No, I want to do everything, but that's fine. So she leaves the Rakius tavern and head back out into the middle of squares that joins the bustling market in the middle of the area known as the Bazaar. She has an option again now. The other option is to visit Trim Lily, the drug parlor. Oof. Or to leave the area. Okay. Okay. I will. Um. You know, I should know what to do. This is probably a. Is it a red herring or? Okay. Hang on. Oh wait. Sorry, I keep pressing. I think I will try to go to the Lily because there is a Warforged doorman. Okay, let's take one more progress point. Fuck, I am so bad at this. But information is important. Walking up to the entrance, her progress is suddenly halted by thick metallic arms. No entrance without a password, friend. The Warforged informs her. Construct is immaculately groomed, the metal of its face polished to a reflective sheen, and its body fitted with opulent clothes. This is the Judul Sanctuary. Not some common tavern. I'm afraid we can't have just anyone walking in here. Okay, I can cast Charm Person, which I do not have. I can tell him that I'm here to see someone, which I suppose will be a deception. Try and finish my way with a bit of smooth talking. Or I can be frank with him. Look, I am proficient in persuasion and deception. So I don't know. Damn it. What do I do? What do I do, guys? This is not fun. Well, this is fun, but like the thing that I miss from usual things is that guess I'll be honest. Is that like persuasion? Perhaps? Okay. I'll be frank with him. I will tell him that I, you know, have something to do with Warforge. So Brens take a deep breath and says, she decides to just go out on a limb and says, yeah, because this is a Warforge and his people has as much as to lose as she does. She says, you don't know me. She begins carefully. But I'm on an important mission, a mission to save your people from grave danger. I came over here because I thought there might be someone in here who could help me with some valuable information. Just a hunch. What do you say? Oh, persuasion roll DC 14. Oh, come on, I'm good at persuasion. Just don't roll bad. 7. Oh, 6. No! That was unsuccessful. Fuck you. 97. Oh man, the Wolfwood shakes his head. I've heard so many stories from addicts trying to gain entry to this place, friend, and even more from those trying to disrupt the business of my employer. You'd be amazed. The stories that you come up with, very creative. I have to say, yours is up there. But, unfortunately, you're not getting past this door tonight. Seeing little else for it, she leaves the wolf forge to his duties and consider her option. I suppose I will just go to the cog. Oh, one progress point for nothing. Okay. Wait, which one is that? Uh, uh, this is like confusing. It's 132. 132, okay. At one progress point. Okay. Having investigated Dura Bazaar to her heart's content, even though she didn't manage to get into all the places she wanted to go, her thoughts turned towards the mission entrusted to her by the halfling Camille Maka. Casting her eyes about this crowded marketplace, she wonders how she is going to get herself transported down to the lower Tafix landing, from where she will be able to access the cogs. Tall multi-stories buildings crowd around this market area on all sides, and smoke rises from a myriad of impromptu fires and cooking stalls. In the center of the marketplace, a large statue of Bregor, first ruler of Breland, towers, surveying the crazy sprawl of the city he helped establish. Then, past the markets, at the edge of a wide courtyard area, she sees glide wings landing, the favorite transport of Talenta halflings. One craft comes pitching in hot, hits the ground hard, losing its landing gear and skidding to a stop. The 4 passengers that the small craft holds then begin severely chide the pilot for almost killing them. Bran shakes her head. Perhaps one of them could be persuaded to take her down below, but can she trust them to get you down there safely? As she makes her way over, she also sees a sky coach smoothly alight in the same area. But this craft takes up 3 times the space of a glide wing, and the price probably reflects the added luxury that these crafts provide. She reaches the landing area and begins making inquiries. As she suspected, transport is expensive. 40 Gallifar to the lower Tafix landing, one halfling reclining behind the controls of his glidewing, tells her. And you'll not pardon me down. Sky Coach is even more expensive. Lower Tavix, 75 Colivar. Ooh, she balks at these prices, but she's running out of option, and these are the only two offer. If I possess the special tokens for House Orient, I do not. Otherwise, choose from one of two options below: Talented Glidewing or Sky Coach. I have money, right? Let's go to with the safe options. But on the other hand, yeah, I don't want to die before I actually do my stuff. So I will go with the Sky Coach. $75 Caliphar. Parting with the exorbitant sum of 75 Caliphar, she finds herself a seat in the richly appointed Sky Coach, alongside a wealthy person who informs her that he is journeying down there because I have to. I run several factories in the cogs. The workers are getting restless. I mean, peasants. I show them restless. How about I halve their wages? See how restless they feel. Takes all she can do to tolerate this horrific individual. Hopefully the journey won't take long. Soon after, she feels the craft rise and the square shrinks beneath her. Slowly, the Sky Coach moves towards a space where the ground drops away, and it pitches gently downwards, beginning a long, gentle spiral towards the lower levels. The smoke of industry comes up to meet her long before she is near the cogs. This is dirty, grimy area, and as she nears the lower levels, she sees that a greyish soot coats many buildings and streets. Several passengers covers their faces with handkerchiefs and begin coughing. Are you sure you don't have the virus now? It doesn't bother Bren as much. The Sky Coach deposits her at Lower Taffet's Landing, in the area known as Terminus. Here, she sees travelers arriving by land on the lightning rail, all of them invariably staring up Google-eyed. I assume these are like people coming from out of Sharn. They're staring at Sharn lofty towers, ascending far into the hazy heights above. Bren thanks the pilot and set about finding her bearings. Taking out the map Camille drew from you. 42. At one progress point. I have 50 now! I am so scared! Woo! Taking out Camille's map, she sees that she must make her way to the area known as Cogsgate, and from there access Black Bones through a mining corridor. She gets started following the map which marks Cogsgate south of Terminus, where she arrived just a few moments ago. She soon arrived in Cogsgate, noticing a faint smell of silver in the air. Warehouses line each side of the street, many of them now darkened due to the late hour. Ahead, she sees a small group of dwarven fists, images from a tunnel, and by their vestment, she recognized them to be clergy of Onatar. I don't know what it is. Between them, they push a cart laden with tools, weapons, and other metal implements. As they pass, one of the dwarves smiles hesitantly and greets you. It's Bren. A The blessing of Onatar on you, friend. The reason they must be coming from the pool Onatar's she reasons that they must be coming from the pool of Onatar's tears, and seeing these dwarves lifts the gloom of traveling through this grim area somewhat. She enters the tunnel from which the dwarves emerged. It is lit down both sides by ever-bright lanterns, placed regularly along the length of this corridor. Traveling straight down this thoroughfare, she emerges in a large chamber which is filled with buildings, a kind of underground city if you must. The smell of silver is overpowering, and nearby she sees great open forges, which emits incredible heat. A nearby post bears an arrow-shaped sign which reads, "This way to Pool of Onatar's Tears." Consulting the map once more, she sees that the entrance to the abandoned sewers, where the shifter is hiding his army, lies to the east. The pool is some distance to the north of the current location. Go east, go to 87. To defer your course to the Pool of Onatar's Tears, go to 166. Damn it! I don't know. Okay, so I have suspicion that if we go straight towards the east, that will be pretty bad. Because like you're heading straight to basically enemy, but on the other hand, I already have 15 progress point, and who knows what is in there. I might have to spend like precious progress points there, but on the other hand, what is this Pool of Onatar Tears? I don't know. Let me look it up. Onatar Tear. I mean, this should be like a... Okay. It's a special blessing. Receive plus the bonus from associated craft check. Smite. You know what? I am scared, so I am going to just go to the east. I think. Yes. Okay, let's go to the east. Add 1 progress point. Okay, Brenwyn follows the map, and following the map, she proceeds deeper into the tunnels of Blackbones. The area is deserted, and she reasons that most of the workers who toils in the forges and factories here must have returned to their homes in the slums of Sharn for a few hours' rest before they return to this hellish pit of heat and silver. She walks on, consulting the map, searching for the entrance of the abandoned sewer. It takes her some time, but eventually she finds it, a large hole at the end of a storm water canal, covered by metal grate and emitting a foul stench. Removing the grate, she drops down into the tunnel below. Ahead, she sees a long passage, about 40 feet wide, extending as far as the eye can see. A stream of fetid water runs along its bottom in a channel about 10 feet wide, with pathways either side of it. Oh no. Shaking her head at her foolhardiness, she makes her way forward into the gloom. At one progress point. Oh my god, okay, it's good that I didn't go north. Shit. She walks for what seems like a long time, every now and then hearing skittering or scratching noises that makes her jump. But despite these unsettling sounds, she sees nothing. It is kind of lonely down there in these endless forgotten tunnels. She finds it hard to imagine that someone would make their home down in this forsaken place. Then, after about half an hour of walking, she sees some markings on the wall which attracts her attention. Do I know Goblin? I do not. Alternatively, make a history check. If I read a book lower levels of Sharn, make this check with advantage. I do have a book. That thing. Right? That gives me an advantage. Yes. Yes. Or alternatively, I can cast. Oh shit. Yes. Thank God for Warlock ritual spells. I will ritually cast Comprehend Language, so I do know goblins now. I don't know how this goes. Like, it's already difficult. I don't think I will add like 1 progress points for 10 minutes, but I will ritually cast Comprehend Language, and I do know goblin now. And Brenwyn tries to make sense of the goblin runes. And it's hard because centuries of erosion has worn away many of the markings. But finally, she makes out the general idea to get what it says. It warns that there's trap ahead. Ooh. A devilish goblin invention that takes advantage of the naturally occurring noxious gases in the area. She takes extra time to read the section detailing the trap's location. An 1/8 of a mile east of here. Take the code word diagram. Turn to entry 80. 81 progress point. Jesus Christ, this is scary. An eerie green light pervades this area, perhaps from some phosphorescence lurking in the water. The smell of silver is particularly strong, mixed with another fouler odor. Odor. I don't know how to read that, please correct me. That you can't quite place. Odor. That you can't quite place. Will this passage ever end? Feels as if she has been walking in a straight line down this rancid sewer for an hour or more. Once again, she takes out Camille's map. If his cartography is accurate, she should be coming up on the hidden entrance of the shifter's lair sometime soon. If I have the code word diagram, go to 237. Wait, do I make a... I was supposed to make a perception check. No, but I have the code words. Okay. 37. Bren, with his goblin prowess earlier, immediately recognizes this area as the trap described in the diagram that she found earlier. Carefully, she moves around the flagstones that obviously trigger the mechanism and continue on her way down the long forgotten passage. Add 1 progress point. I have 19. I have 19. Yes, I have 19. So scary. As she moves further down, Bren hears a skittering and scratching noise coming from ahead. Something is up there. She does not know if it has detected her just yet. I need to roll DC 14. Stealth check. Come on. Oh man, this is not Kara. Kara has plus 10 to her stealth. Okay. Oh. Okay. See here? I rolled a 12. Plus 3. 15. It is successful. Okay. So Branwyn softly creeps forward, eyes probing in the darkness, and then she sees it! There, feasting on some unnameable foul dead thing. She spies a rat. But this is not an ordinary rat. It appears to be the result of some sort of genetic experiment gone wrong. Okay. Go to Horrid Rat Combat Sheet and read the encounter. You may make one surprise attack. Oh man. Okay, let me remember if I can go back here. 5-9. Horrid Rat Combat Sheet. Horrid. Wait, where is it? I cannot control F. Horrid Rat. Oh, maybe I should show it here in the video. Let me add that. Oh. Okay, let me take a screenshot here so I can show it to you. Save as Horrid Rat. And then this is weird because I would have prepared this before, but I was not supposed to read it. So we will just do with this. Okay. Horrid Rat. Nice. Battle music. Let's go to battle music. Put it here. Okay. I have one. Okay, I'm going to roll initiative for Bren. 14. 17. And for the Horrid Rat, initiative +2. Oh shit. So 18 +2, 20. Okay. But I do have a surprise round. So Horrid Rat. Wait, I do not know this. I don't know all of this. Well, I'm a warlock. So what else would I do except Eldritch Blast? I rolled an 11 + 6. 17, which hits the rat. And I rolled a d10 + 4 because I have uh, invocation that will add me to my charisma. Ooh, I rolled a 10. Thanks, dice. Plus 4, 14. Oh, I killed it. Okay. Fine. I killed the rat, guys. Bye, rats. Well, let's just go with this music because now it's kind of dangerous. Um, so right, so it says here, if you are victorious, go to entry 47. Add 1 progress point. I now have 20. Having slaughtered the rat, she gives its festering carcass a wide berth and continue down the passage. Taking out a Camille's map yet again, she studies it intently. According to the map, the entrance to the shifter's lair should be right in this area. But try as she might, she cannot seem to locate it, at least not initially. Okay, so I have to make an investigation check, but I have... Well, it says that I have proficiency in survival and perception, so I do not have an advantage. Okay, so there are 3 options here. Scores in the book: 0 to 10, 11 to 16, or 17 or above. I guess it will depends on what I roll. Investigation plus 2, that's not so bad. Wait, where's my good dice? Ooh! I rolled an 18! Look! I've been rolling so good now! Why didn't I roll that good during awareness? That sucks. 20. Go to 78. As soon as she turns her attention to the task in earnest, she finds the concealed entrance almost immediately. The faintest of outlines cleverly concealed among the stonework. She pushed on a slightly raised stone that looks like it might be the mechanism, and the door scrapes open. Quite loudly too. If anyone was nearby, they would have definitely heard it. Carefully, she steps through the entrance and into a well-maintained circular tunnel which leads off to the distance. A circular, well-kept tunnel extends before her. Small, ever-bright lanterns set into the ceiling shed ample light through this passage, and this puts her immediately on guard. These tunnels look lived in, despite their isolated location. This can be none other than the lair of the shifter Camille told you. Music. Carefully, she moves forward, listening hard for any sign of movement coming from ahead. And it doesn't take long before she hears it. The sound of heavily booted feet tramping towards her from somewhere up ahead. Just ahead, she can see that the passage splits in two. She thinks she is currently headed north, but she can see where a passage branches off to the west. The booted feet are definitely coming from up ahead, and she definitely do not want to be found. Sounds like 3, 4, possibly even more. A patrol of some kind, perhaps? Okay, so my choice here is to run ahead and attempt to make it down the western passage before the patrol, or whatever it disappears, or to backtrack. I do not want to backtrack, so I'm going to go to the
passage. As quickly and as quietly as she can, she sprints forward. Brent sprints forward towards the tunnel branching off to the west. The footsteps are definitely getting louder, and she grits her teeth, willing herself on. Finally, she makes the tunnel and ducks down it, putting some distance between her and the junction. The footsteps appear to go past the western passage and continue south. Towards the exit into the sewer. Oh, probably they heard the noise, right? We made a noise. Breathing a little easier, Bren surveys the way forward and consider her options. Okay. I I can go down this western passage or return to the junction and take the north passage instead. So, I imagine that those things will go back up to the north. And like if there's a patrol, this is like their patrolling route. So I'm going to go down the western passage. Okay. So Bran makes her way down this well-lit passage, unnerved by the utter quiet that pervades these corridors. Far off, she hears a rumbling, but there's no way to tell what is causing it. She presses on, and it seems to her that her heart is beating incredibly loud, so loud that she thinks it could be very well be announcing her presence to anyone or anything that lurks nearby. Eventually, the tunnel angles towards the north, and she follows this direction, senses on the alert for any sound or motion. Then, she catches sight of an irregularity on the east wall of the passage. Up ahead, cautiously, she approaches. Moving up the passage, she sees a door in the eastern wall, and as she nears, the plate on which the doorknob is situated catches her attention. It is astoundingly ornate. Red gems are studded all around the keyhole, and the doorknob itself is engraved with a coiled dragon. The gems themselves seem to glow slightly as if illuminated by some inner light. Carefully trying the door, she finds it locked. Gem. Um, this is probably trapped. Oh, ritual cast. Attack magic. Detect magic or identify. This is probably magical. Identify on the door plate. It's okay. Um, so she makes the motions and incantations, casting it as a ritual. Takes some time and wait for the knowledge about the door plate to be revealed. What she discovers is that ooh, the plate is one part of a magic artifact. When the other part is added, presumably a key, it triggers a deadly trap. The door. Oh, so if you put the key. Ah. Door is secondary. It is only its only purpose is to serve as the platform for the trap. Shit. That's bad. She shakes her head, astounded at this malicious intent behind this cunning deception. Turning north once more, she continues up the eerily quiet tunnel. 149. Add one progress point. Oh no, I have 21. Guys, we're gonna fail. She leaves the door behind and continues north, down a tunnel which bends left, right, and then straightens out. She seems to walk for quite some time down this abandoned tunnel and start to wonder whether she will encounter anything or whether this tunnel simply stretches on endlessly. She falls to wondering what part of the cox you are now under, and she's deep in thought when suddenly she freezes in her track. Ahead, she sees a tunnel branching off to the east. Its sudden appearance has shocked her somewhat. Should she take it? Where might it lead? Oh, it's not in the map? Okay. And just beyond this branching tunnel, she can see that the light sources that keep these tunnels is illuminated come to an end. The tunnel that continues to north is utterly dark. Walk up the junction, go to 57 to see if you can discern anything else about this area. Go to 49. Yes, I will go to 49. Perception or nature check. I have perception down there, like proficiency, right? So I'll add my proficiency bonus. DC 16. There we go. Nope, 12. Unsuccessful. Yeah, that's a 10, right? Yeah, that's a 10. 203. Something is broken here. Scroll down. Oh, here it is. You stop and listen, straining your senses. She stops and listens, straining her senses to pick up anything out of the ordinary. Any sound, smell, or sight. Nothing is apparent. Cautiously, she makes her way forward. 57. She moves north towards the place where a tunnel branches off towards the right. Coming level with it, she peers down its length and see that, like the tunnels she has been traveling so far, it is lit as far as she can see, but also that it curves towards the north at its end, so she cannot see its entire length. Standing at this juncture of passages, she considers her next course of action. Go to Eastern Tunnel or move into the gloom. I'll move into the gloom. Seems that maybe perhaps they go the same way, right? 46. One progress point. 22 now. Cautiously, she moves forward into the gloom of the northern tunnel. With every steps, she feels herself moving deeper into danger, growing nearer to the conclusion of your mission, thank God. She is deep in it now. Gritting her teeth, she continues forward towards whatever fate awaits her with this accursed place. Courage swells in her chest as she thinks of all of her fellow Sharn citizens and the threat posed to them by the scoundrel Camille told her of. Ooh. Oh shit, I need to... should have found a Warforge. D20 and match this plus 6, match this against my passive perception. Oh no, here we go. 9 plus 6. No, 15. It's higher. It's something higher than my passive perception. 239. Too late. She hears a sound behind her and feels something cold and clammy starts to wrap around her neck. Choose either athletic or acrobatics roll. Acrobatics. Then make a grappling roll for your attacker. D20 plus 2. Compare the roll. Okay, I'll roll my acrobatics. Acrobatics first. Ooh, 16 plus 3. Um, 19. Yeah. Um, and then attacker. D20. Come on. It rolls a natural one. No, wait. That's not what I'm showing you. Here. Natural one. Yes, 3. I win. Fuck you. Bran rolls forward, wrenching herself free of the tentacle that threatened to enwrap her. Turn to face her assailant. Roll gaunt. Combat cheat. Okay, I'll. Wait, where is it? Dolgon? Dolgon. No, no. Oh, here it is. Let me take another screenshot for you guys. Uh. Save as. Oh god. There we go. We need battle music. Okay. Initiative. I roll a 4. Fuck you. Yeah, plus 3, 7. Dogon rolls 14. Okay, it goes first. Hmm. Makes 2 tentacle attacks. And it can attempt to grapple an opponent up to 10 feet away. Okay. Shit. Okay. 3 doesn't hit. 18 hits. I think. Wait. Okay. I'm not wearing my armor yet. Hang on. Armor. That's right. Yeah. Oh my god. um. Okay. 18. What's that? 3 bludgeoning damage. Then it will attempt to grapple me. Oh no. Logan's tactics just was an attack, but use one of its attack as a gap. Okay. So so it cannot do both. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Um and then I want to move away from here. So I will cast Shocking Grasp. Oh, but it's only 30 feet. It can reach me anyway. Oh, okay, but I want to get away from it. Seven. Oh fuck! I doesn't hit. Yeah, I roll a 7 plus oh, plus 6. 7 plus 6. 12, 13. No, it still doesn't hit. Okay, this is bad. Oh yeah, the dragon actually speaks. It says, "You are foolish to trespass here in realms of my master. I will. Oh, you can speak with it. Okay, it will attack it. It will try to grapple her again. Yeah, multi attack. Yeah, attack. So I will make. So it's plus 2. Rolls a 7. But I'm going to roll acrobatics. Oh, roll a 9. 9 tambah 3. So 12. I succeed. And then it will attack with its second. Hits me for a 3. Another 3. Okay. Since it speaks with me, I'm going to address it. And I will say, Bren will say, like, your master, no, I have nothing. I have nothing against your master. I'm, I just have a task here. I didn't mean to disturb you. And it has to roll a charisma check. This is 15. Come on. Come on, yeah. 16 plus 4. 20, motherfucker. Okay, go to entry 233. Who is your master? She demands, maneuvering away from the creatures. You are a skilled warrior. Surely this master of yours is not worth dying for. What do you know of? The creature hisses. Sor has promised me a general's rank in his army. What can you offer me? The creature comes rushing at you. And you believe him? She shouts, dodging out of his way. This Sor, as you call him, has only his own interests at heart. Your loyalty is misplaced. The creature stops in its track. What do you know of this Sor, of his background? Probably as little as I. And if you do not know someone, how can you trust them? Oh no, this is her speaking. What do you know of this Sor? Of his background, sorry. It's confusing. Probably as little as I, and if you do not know someone, how can you trust them? Or be prepared to lay down your life for them? Creature, eyes narrow. Curses some bizarre eldritch sounding language. Perhaps what you say has a grain of truth in it, it says, considers, for another long while. But I will not let you pass so easily. Give me something, one of your possession. Oh no, this is bad. I'm probably going to get cursed, am I? I don't know. Do I want to refuse? I do not want to refuse. But curses me. No, I'm not going to give it. But you laugh at the creature's demands for a toll. If my reason won't convince you, then perhaps you really are prepared to die for your so-called master. Okay, back to combat, guys. I mean, why would I give my things to creepy people? That makes no sense. Now, let me go back to the sheet. Okay. Uh, uh, it's his turn again. 7 doesn't hit me. Yeah, this one hits me. It's going to attempt to grapple me. 9 plus 2, 10. I rolled 8 plus 3, 11. Oh my god, barely. Um, I'm going to risk that opportunity attack. Fuck, it rolls a 19. Okay, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. Ooh, hits him with 19 plus something. I don't even know. 6. Okay, it rolls as I roll a no, yes. I roll a 7. Plus 4. So it's 11. 11, 11, 11. Okay, it has 11 left. And then okay, the next turn it's going to approach me again with its speed of 30 feet. Oh no, hang on, do I have a bonus action? I do not. Oh man, why didn't I use sleep? Okay. Rolls a 4. Plus 5 doesn't hit me. Rolls a 2. Oh yay. Okay, I'm going to attack it with another Eldritch Blast. I roll a 9. Plus 6 doesn't hit. It's going to try again. Oh yeah, I move another 30 feet. Oh no. No, let's say sorry, I tried to cast Shocking Grasp. Doesn't hit. Um it rolls a 6 to hit me. Plus 5 doesn't hit me. And roll a 3. Now I'm rolling bad. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm going to risk another opportunity attack. Rolls a 3, thank God. Oh, fucking hell. I rolled a 7. So my Eldritch Blast doesn't hit him. And he's going to approach me again and try to. Oh my god. 10 plus 15 hits me. It's going to try grappling me, so. Also an 18. It's going to be so bad. Oh, we're all the same thing. Okay, I am grappled, I suppose. Oh no. Okay. Going to try to hit me, doesn't hit. Okay. Fuck. Okay. I am grappled. I can attempt to get free. Or I can attempt to kill it. I'm going to Toll the Dead. And it has to roll a wisdom saving throw. Come on, roll bad. Where's my other dice? No, this has been rolling bad as well. Ooh. Okay. Plus 2. It rolls an 8. Plus 2 wisdom. So it fails. And because it was already hit, it will take a d12. Come on now. That was an 8. So it has much 2 no. Yeah, it has 2 hit point left. Fucking hell. No, 3 hit points left. Alright, so now it's going to attempt to do a vitality drain at me. First it makes an attack. Oh my god. It rolls a 9 plus 5. Just hit me. No, is this a 9 or this is a 6? It's a 6. It doesn't hit me. Oh god, I'm so stressed. Okay, I was going to try to do another one. Oh no! Okay, it's roll a 2. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm going to try to do Toll the Dead again. I'm so scared. Wisdom. 7! Yay, plus 2. Thank you, you've been rolling bad. I need to do more saving throws. just fucking roll up a 2. So it has 1 hit points left. Okay. It's going to try to hit me again. Just give him fucking something. 8 plus 5 doesn't hit me. Another 8 plus 5. Okay, do another Toll the Dead. Keep rolling crap. 6 plus what? 2. Okay, it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Thank you. Finally, It's loud though. The Toll the Dead is loud, so I don't know if that will affect anything. 52. Okay. I should have just given it something. That was scary. Okay, so Brenwyn riffles the rope that the Dolgon is wearing on his lower half. Ew. Jungs. Oh no. Sorry, I'm so stressed. And finds a 130 Gallifar. Uh, perhaps this creature was a mercenary service hired by whoever it is. What's his name? Xor. Maintaining these tunnels. Mystery deepens. Placing the pouch in her pack, she continues north. 64. 1 progress point. I am currently at 23 progress point. Okay. Oof, okay. This is so stressful. And I'm hungry. Come on, let's get it done. Wait. No, wait. Which one is that? Oh, sorry. Let me go back to... Gue lupa nomornya. Fucker. 2. 2 and then 664. Okay. This is fun, guys. Okay. The ever-bright lanterns reappear, perhaps. The ever-bright lanterns reappear, actually. Perhaps the Dogan found a way to deactivate them, so he could launch his surprise attack. And the tunnel is well lit once more. Good news is, like, we're probably heading in the right direction, right? Because otherwise there won't be any guards. Like, superior guards. Yeah. It occurs to her, not for the first time. Perhaps a scoundrel who she is attempting to find has some way of keeping an eye on his tunnels. This is why they are so brightly illuminated. She is somewhat shocked to see the passage end abruptly ahead. A sturdy-looking stone door sits at the end of the passageway, barring her path. Nearing the door, she sees that it has no lock, door handle, or anything that could be used to gain entry. Perfect. However, above the door, can I just say, I'm currently running Tomb of Horror in DNDJKT, and I feel that this is my karma. Of course, the traps. Okay. So, however, above the door, sets in arch above it, there are 4 stones, each bearing an image of a beast of monster of some kind. Oh no, what if I press and the monster appears? Ren pauses and surveys the images. Perhaps pressing on one of these will cause the door to open? Which one? In her studies of eldritch creatures in the Morgrove University Library, she has read about and know the names of all of his creatures. The far left is the horror known as Aboleth. Then a beholder is depicted. The third and fourth images are basilisk and mind flayer. Consider for a long time which stone to press. Gods only know what effect will result from pressing the wrong stone. Okay, I'm going to make an intelligence check to see if I can deduce the nature of this puzzle. Oh, I have. Okay. I have proficiency of intelligence investigation check to solve riddles. It's DC 18 though, so it's pretty high considering my. I need to roll a 16 minimum. You suck. Uh, this one, this one. I don't know, this one. No, this. No, no. Sorry, you don't suck. You suck. Sorry. Okay. Oh, oh my god, I have chills. I rolled a natural 20. Look. You see it? Yeah, here's the natural 20. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to use you from now on. And you suck. Okay. 183. She spent some time racking her brains trying to deduce this puzzle. And then it falls into place. How could she have missed this? Among those who study such creatures, the aboleth, beholder, and elithith are known as aberrations, whereas the basilisk is known as monstrosity. The basilisk is the odd one out. Of course. Of course. So stupid. Yeah. Players should know that. Armed with this knowledge, return now to entry 164. Choose your option. So that means I need to press the basilisk? Right. Oh yeah. Pausing for a second. Wondering whether she has chosen the right option. Sorry, I was reading it quietly in my mind just to prepare myself if I die. Yeah. So Bren, knowing this kind of like based on this knowledge, she throws caution to the wind and pressed the basilisk stone. There is a moment of pause, and then the door releases and swings open before her, revealing a passageway beyond. Breathing a sigh of relief, she steps through the door and continue her journey. 6. Add 1 progress point. Guys, it's bad. I have 24. I have 2 more. 2 more that I can spend. And I fail. Making her way up this passage. The rumbling she has been hearing all along grows louder, and now she also hears loud metallic clanking. Whatever is going on in this place, it appears that she is getting closer to it. She also notices that this part of the tunnel appears more well used. Here and there, parts of the wall are damaged, torn as if by passage of some huge creature. No. Wait, that's like normal size. That comment on the normal size thing. This passage begins bending, turning in a northeastern direction, and the rumbling turns into more definable sounds. That of large machines if she is not mistaken. Ren is in the midst of trying to discern the nature of these sounds when a horrific creature appears from one of the ragged openings in the eastern wall. Oh no! Scuttling forward on needle-point limbs, it appears like some malformed spider-crab hybrid. Its single eyes focus on her, and it's coming quickly. It's called Mat Slasher. So metal. So metal. Okay, let me try to take another screenshot here. It's Mat Slasher. Good news is, so I'm scrolling through the combat sheet because I cannot gue nggak bisa, for some reason you cannot click it. Maybe it's my PDF is wrong. Uh, what am I looking for? Blank snip. Um, so it seems that I'm skipping some combats. That's a good. Mat Slasher. Oh, okay. Initiative. You're bad as well. Roll 2, so 5. Rolls a 9. Yes, it goes first. Uh, multi attack. I would say that like it's kind of far from me, so it has to approach me first, and that it will use its whirlwind attack. Um, okay. I don't know how far it is from, like possibly not melee range, right? It's pretty big, so it doesn't get advantage on me. Perhaps 6. Fucking hell! Oh no, no, yeah, it was pretty far. Was it? Yeah, I mean, let me scroll back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh, so it says that, oh, it's a tunnel. Northeastern. Oh, it is coming quickly. So it is coming towards me. Oh, it's a tunnel, right? So, yeah, it will use. It will dash towards me. No. Yeah, I think like I would be more than 40 feet from it, but doesn't have to use. It's okay. I'm the DM. I will make it so that my character has a chance, okay? This is pretty bad. Um, so it is now in melee range with me. I noticed that it moves pretty fast. So, fuck. Perhaps this is, um, oh no, sleep. Yes, Let's try this. Why didn't I use? Okay. Okay. 5d8. Or my d8s. I don't have any d8s. That's weird. Oh, here it is. It's a d10. Sure, I have any a lot of d8 somewhere. So 78 because I'm casting at 2nd level. It's probably an overkill, but let's see. Okay. 16. Nine plus 5. 30. Oh my god, that's just. Okay, 34, and it has 33 hit points. It is asleep. Okay, it says it's the loathsome entity dead, but it's not dead, it's just sleeping. I just like run and calm my nerves and proceed north. Okay. That's good. That's good. What would have been bad with that 6 claw attack? Like, motherfucker. Okay. She calms her nerves and proceed north. With every steps, the sounds of industry grow louder. Deep rumbling, the clang of metal, the sound of machinery, gears, and cogs. Surely, whatever is making this racket cannot be far off. The northeastern passage meets another tunnel coming from the south, and as these joins together, tunnel that continues on turns due north. Nine. Hey guys, I have 25. 25 progress point. This might end bad. This might. Okay, the passage begins to slope downwards, and the sound of industry is now overpowering. Clanging and banging. The tunnel is straight and lined with all manner of pipes and tubes from which the sounds of rushing liquid is coming. There is nowhere to hide in here, but right now she is the only being present. After a short while, she reaches the top of a large staircase and looks down. At the base of the staircase is a horrific sight. Piles of wrecked, broken warforge and discarded pieces of warforge lie in a jumbled mess. Slowly, stealthily, she descends, keeping a careful watch everywhere as she nears the bottom. As she nears the bottom, she sees that this chamber is large but not huge. At the far end of the chamber is a large door, big enough for 2 carts to pass through. A breast when open. What is a cart? Carts. Oh, not cart. Okay. The sounds appear to be coming from the other side of the door. Bren made her way carefully through this room, marveling at the piles of Warforged wreckage. It seems Camille's story was true. She remembers the little moth that he gave and take it out, inspecting it. If anything happens to you, she tells her to me, she tells herself, I will remember to release this thing, so my story can be told. You may even use it before then. She might even use it before then in case she, doesn't have a chance. As she moves through this chamber of discarded warforge, something catches her eye. A sigil! The same sigil that Camille showed her. Climbing and clambering up a pile of broken warriors, she finally reached this warforge who bears the sigil. This must be Spanner, Camille's personal warforge bodyguard. She takes out the vial of blue liquid that Camille gave to her and holds it up to Spanner's lip. Gently prying his mouth open, she poured the liquid inside, tipping the vial up so that every last drop rains out. She waits. Nothing happens. Suddenly, the double door at the far end of the cavern slides open, and a bizarre machine comes lumbering through. A gigantic warforge, but with many parts missing. She drops and hides among the metal limbs and torsos, watching as the titanic creatures picks up the limp bodies of broken warforge until it has a handful, about maybe 3 or 4. It then lumbers back through the double doors, which slides shut behind it, shutting off the noise from beyond. Hey, who's that? A clear, slightly panicked voice asks. You emerge from your hiding spot to see that Spanner has woken and is sitting up. Spanner, you say. Camille sent me. You show him the empty vial and he notes. She show him the empty vial and he notes. Okay, I'm losing my focus here. And then proceed to tell him everything she knows. Yes, he says, nodding gravely. This shifter must be stopped. However, I'm not sure he is a shifter. What do you mean? Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, sometimes he is a shifter, and then other times a different being is here. A grayish silvery thing, almost transparent. You mean there are 2 people running this operation? No, stupid as a changeling. Um, the Warforged searches his memory. I'm not sure, he says. I took a few knocks since I've been down here. I was about to be, reassigned. Spanner tells her that this shifter, or whatever it is, has the broken pieces of Creation Forge in the next chamber that he obtained from Zendrick. He is continually poring over old Zendrick's manuscript of Drow and Giant origin and experimenting with strange gemstones. This is enabling him to reanimate Broken Warforge, which he is amassing in a huge chamber that Spanner thinks is some distance off, nearer to the surface, ready for an invasion of the city. But he is some way off completing his army. Present, the Creation Forge is slow, and he can only reanimate about 3 or 4 Warforged a day. But he has been working for some weeks now and has close to 100 already, by Spanner's reckoning. So, Bren says, jabbing her thumb back at the large door. Question is, how do we get in there? Spanner lays out for Bren what he has seen while imprisoned inside the chamber beyond the large doors. There are 2 ways in, he tells her. The first, obviously, is through those doors. We could wait until the big ones come through, then scuttle in behind him. Okay, she says. And the second one? Spanner points to the northeast corner of the room. Over there is a vent, which keeps air ventilating into the room from outside. It gets warm in here. And there, so the vent tunnel goes around and comes out the inside of the chamber. How far is that from the Creation Forge? By the way, we should be able to slip in unnoticed. Knowing all this, which way will you choose to enter the chamber? Fucking via the vent! I'm not going to wait for the big ones to come out. 60. Squeezing yourself inside the portal, she shimmies down through a system of metal fence as Spanner whispers navigation instruction from behind. Eventually, she sees light ahead and a grill which covers an opening. Reaching it, she carefully removes the grill and extracts herself from the opening, lowering herself down to the floor of the cavernous chamber beyond. Quickly, she and Spanner moves around the side of the room and conceal herself behind a pillar. Let's see. We're nearing the end, guys. Okay. She quickly finds a position behind one of the white pillars that run around the room's perimeter and proceeds to get her bearings in this huge chamber. Peering out, she sees that she is in a high folded cavernous room consisting of several distinct areas. Towards the back of the chamber, she sees a huge pile of pods, and around this mound of detritus, an army of small automatons is busy sorting the parts by type and moving them to shelves where they are stacked neatly. Directly in front of her, not 20 meters away, is a colossal thrumming piece of machinery that can only be the Creation Forge. A warforge lies on a gurney at one end before a stone archway that marks the entry point to the forge. At the top of the archway, a large violet gem is set into the stone and pulses with a volatile light. The machine judders and creaks spasmodically, as if barely holding together. It looks like it's about to blow, you whisper to Spanner. She whispers to Spanner. Where is the shifter you spoke of? By way of reply, Spanner nods towards the far northeastern corner of the chamber. She turns and looks in the direction and see him for the first time. Reclining on an ornate upholstered throne, a tall, well-proportioned male shifter sits, holding a goblet in his left hand. Odd, Spanner says. He's usually got his nose buried in some ancient tome. Maybe he's taking a break, she suggests. While we're doing that, I'm going to drink my healing potion. Where's my healing potion? Potion of healing. Yeah, I have one. I'm going to drink one. D4. Plus 2. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 4 plus 2, 5. As she watches, she sees the giant warforge, parts falling off him, re-enter the room. The massive door sliding downwards behind him. He carries the wrecked bodies of 3 discarded warforged in a single hand, walking over to the pile where the drones work. He sets the machine corpses down and turns to face the shifter. That's enough for today, Turbin, the shifter shouts across the chamber. Go get yourself fixed up now. The creature lumbers off towards the southwestern corner towards a scaffold structure. He backs into his framework, and then more drones scurry towards him and begin walking on his massive bulk, adding parts and replacing those which fell off. That's a Titan, Spanner tells you. So's groaning Jewel. He says that Durbin will lead the army in the invasion to take Sharn. Unless he's stopped, the city is doomed. Concealed here behind the pillar, you take a few moments to consider your option. You have the code word Forge Lure. I do! Yay! To emerge and announce your presence. To join, that's insane. Join with Spanner and making surprise attack. Okay, surprise attack shifter. I'm going to Forge Lure. 81. I do. I get it from... What's his name? The Touch Tange through some touch in the bar, the tavern. Yes, Trench! Trench, looking at the gem above the Creation Forge, Ren remembers what Trench told her in the Assassin's Eye Tavern. You seem to remember him. She seems to remember him mentioning something about Zendrik's gemstones in relation of the Creation Forge. The idea occurs to her that if she destroys the gemstones, she could disable this whole operations. Who knows what would happen then? The shifter probably wouldn't be too happy, but at least she would have averted disaster. So, considers I consider to make a surprise range attack, and then I have a few options. Is your attack a standard range weapon blank or spell attack of some sort? Spell attack go to 218. Before this might be the end of me, but someone needs to know. I'm going to send my thing, the mechanical moth, to what's his name? Maker. Glad. I'm so bad at name. Kremlin? No, not Kremlin. That guy. I'm going to send it and send a message about what I found, how to get here. Yes, and that I'm with with Spanner. About the Jameson, of course. Titan. Make your range spell attack. Come on, please, please, just 14. 14. You just need to roll a... What do I need to roll? A 6. Oh, so 8. You need to roll an 8. Come on, come on. Oh my god, it was a natural 14. Okay, so I hit. So plus 6 with my Eldritch Blast. I'm fucking loud. Go to 102. Yes, I'm happy. So her Eldritch Blast detonates and the gem shatters into 1,000 pieces. It looked like it was barely containing itself anyway. And now an eruption of bright violet lights floods the room, illuminating everything with a purplish glow for a few seconds. No! The shifter cries, abandoning his throne and running towards the machine. My forge! Then he sees Bren and Spanner standing by the east wall. You! He growled, stopping in his track. You destroyed my forge! You have no idea what you have done! You fool! Turbine, attack! The huge warforge shudders into motion and begins lumbering towards Brennan Spanner. She watches as Soaring himself takes off towards the back of the chamber. It's going to the chamber where he keeps completed soldiers. He means to escape! The Titan is now almost upon you. Okay. Combat sheet. Big boss battle. Big creepy. Big boss battle. Unfinished Warforged Titan. Okay, I have Spanner NPC as well. Let me take that for you. Damn it. Okay. Here we go. Save. Titan. We'll add this now. Okay, here it goes. And then spanner. You. Come on, spanner. Spanner. There we go. Okay. Initiative. Not that I can hit anything up to 15 feet away. Tries to stay 15 feet away. Good for me. He's trying to escape by reaching. What pages ahead? Hang on, let me read this. The combat notes. Improve reach is 15 feet. Is trying to stay 15 feet away. Okay, so occupy has 3 times 3 square. So it's huge, right? Sora is trying to escape by reaching his levitation desk. Capture Sora is engaging in combat. Use his stat block. If you still have any crafter's bonding agent available. This is a melee action. I do have that. I will hand that to before the battle. Because we will know this. I will hand him to Spanner because he's the melee range. Okay. Soar. Just let's put him in here just in case we manage to. Okay. Okay, bear with me. Sorry, guys. We'll add Soar here. Okay. Hey, Soar. You are here. Yeah, sorry, you can't see my stats, but... Okay, Soar. Let's roll initiative first, okay? I will start with the Titan. I use my shitty dice. Rolls a 3. Haha. And 3. And then I will roll for Soar. Six plus 1 dex, so he's 10. And I'll roll for Spanner with my good die. Oh, 15. 16. I will roll for myself. Come on. 18. Okay. Me, Bren, is 18 plus 3, so 21. I start first. Let's see. I will Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast. Oh, I'm so stupid. I have guidance. I didn't use it the whole time. I forgot. I don't usually have guidance. Okay, I'll use my Eldritch Blast towards him. 18 plus 6. What's his armor class? 15. Okay. It's a D10, D10, D10. Where's my D10? 6 plus 4. 10. Okay, so... how much is the 33? So it has 23 H point left. That's my turn, and Spanner is going to approach this guy. And let me see. Okay, it's going to try to use the bonding agent. Bonding agent. Where you are. Roll 13. Oh no, turbine. Okay, I roll. Oh, sorry. I rolled to attack first. It's a melee attack. 19 hits, and then turbine will roll. Oh, every round it must make. Okay, so it succeed. And that's it. Ooh. So fly. It's turning into critical role here. Okay, so that's Spanner. Soar, it says that it will try to flee. Okay, he sees Bran attacking her, and it will try to... Did it just bonus actions to flee? What level is he? Doesn't say. Okay, so it will cast Hideous Laughter. What does it do? Do I have Hideous? Can I see here? Nope. I would have thought after playing Bard for so many times I remember the saves. Wisdom saving throw. Lost 2. Rolls a natural 19. What's his DC? Oh, it's a rogue, so intelligence? Okay, so one complaint is that it's not written here anywhere. Oh, here it is. Save DC 11. Okay, he succeeds, and so Sor will just use his So I imagine like here's his Bren, and here is Bren, and here is the Titan, and like Spanner is next to it, and then Sor is here. He was trying to run, so I would say that he was within a range of Eldritch Blast because Yeah, so he was within range of Eldritch Blast. So he was 30 feet away. Let's say it was 30 feet away, his speed. So he will run 30 feet. And Arcane Trickster, he should already have this bonus action, right? So he will dash, actually. So now he's 60 90 feet away. 90 feet away. Titan it's his turn. Okay. Oh, it needs to roll a strength save. DC 12. Oh, no, it jumps. It rolls an 11. But what is his strength? Okay, it passes. Okay, so it can use multi-attack. Okay, he's in melee range with him, so he will actually move in feet 20 feet. Can do that. You move 20 feet, taking opportunity attack from Spanner. 18 plus 6 hits. 1d8 slashing damage. It just said 3 plus 6. 9 damage. 9 damage. Ooh. Oy, oy, oy. Five. Okay. That's it. And then it will charge. 20 feet straight towards target, hits it with an attack. On a creature. Okay, so this back. 4 to hit, plus 4 to hit. Oh no, it was a natural 20. Oh no. Okay. 2d6. It's 2d8. Oh no, Spanner. Okay. It doesn't roll really good. It rolls like ones in its d6s. 2 plus 4. 6 plus 4 plus. No, 5. 11. 36 minus 11 is what? 5. 25. Okay. Second attack. With the hammerhand. Oh, I didn't. Oh no, doesn't hit. 9 plus 4. And he's fine. Okay, that's it. That's it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Bren. Bren will try to cast. Mm. Okay. Wait, sorry. I already used my. We've got slip. Let's see. 8. Oh my god, partner. Let's go that. Ooh. 16. 16 plus 7. 16, 20. 22. 22 plus. Is 2 ones. Oh, yeah. He's asleep. It is asleep. Okay, sorry, he's asleep. What happens? And then, uh, she approaches. Okay, so, hang on. She will just 30 feet. Yeah, she's still, okay, so she's down. He's down. If you capture a strange sword, but Turbin's still alive, I'm going to count that as yes, because he's asleep, he cannot go anywhere. And looks like kind of like, yeah, 212. Oh no, actually, yeah. Sorry, I've read the next one, and it seems that okay. Let's just still go with the combat. Um. Ya, karena ternyata it matters. Okay. Next one is Spanner. Spanner. Oh, right through it. This guy again. Plus 6 plus 2, yeah. 13 plus 6 plus 2. 1d8 slash plus 6 slashing damage. 5 plus 6. So 11. 34. Sword is unconscious. Titan will move again, causing the opportunity to attack again. It's kind of stupid, but it's what it says. Oh no, needs to roll a DC 12 first. Not a lot, but oh no, it succeeds. That's useless. Okay. Moves back. And she will be able to roll that. Yeah. 15 plus, yeah, it hits. D8. 6 plus, what was it? Okay. 6, 12. 2. I will hit it with an axe. Plus 2d8. Oh, also 4. Doesn't hit. Second one. Also 3. Okay. Okay. Nice. So now Bran will approach, and yeah, she will actually manage to her hand soar. Mm. Okay. Having the shifter bound, Bran quickly searches him and finds the amulet that he uses to control the Warforged Titan. Removing it from his neck, Turbin shudders into a stop. While Spanus watches over the shifter, Bran explores the chamber, finds Source Note and his detailed plans for the invasion of Sharn. This is shocking materials, and the realization of the atrocities the psychopath was planning to commit shakes her to her core. You release the moth device. I already did that. That Camille gave you. I did that already. And some hours later, she's relieved to see Camille appears, accompanied by a large detachment of the Sharn Watch, who commends her on her bravery. I can't believe we are still alive. She also finds some treasure in here, 559 Galifar to be exact, which the Sharn Watch lets her keep. Um, Camille is overjoyed to see her. Cannot stop praising her bravery. The shifter Xor is manhandled to his feet, and then taken to face the consequences of his crimes. For some reason, Bren perhaps inclined to suggest leniency to those who have him in custody, as as he is led away. Oh, she catches his eyes, unblinking, focused on her. See you soon. He says with a smile as the Sharn Watch leads him away. Oh no. Oh! Your hero has successfully completed the quest. Bran has successfully completed the quest. Congratulations on getting this entry and becoming the Savior of Sharn. If not already awarded, the Sharn Watch lets her keep 559 Galifar, which she found in Thor's lair. In the days that follow, she is lauded as a champion, toasted by the nobility, and congratulated by the Dragonmark house. I will use this to get some more um, cooperation with my house, you know. House Kenneth holds a feast to celebrate her uncovering the plot. Squadrons of bards sings her praises. For a few weeks later, she is at least. For a few weeks at least, she is the hero of the city. But all things must come to an end. And after the fanfare dies down and people forget who she is once more, her mind turns to adventure once more. Continue to epilogue. Okay. Oh man. That's it, guys. My voice is wrecked. Been talking for 3 hours. Um so that's it. Hope you enjoy it. Sorry, it's a bit messy. It's my first time recording. Um, yeah. See you in next adventure. Bye.